Hello everybody, Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelorette Recap, a guy's review. Monday night was Katie Thurston's finale of Bachelorette, where she was proposed to by Blake Moynes. They are happily engaged. This people cover everything brought me to him. And that's where they're at, folks. But she, of course, had several other relationships going on before the finale, and some of those relationships don't know when to call it quits, so let's dive right into that. Blake Moynes commented, I'll play you a clip of him responding to the allegations that Michael A. was still hitting on his lady. Do me a favor, hit on the like button below, like this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get right into it. Leave a comment. Let me know. I mean, where do you draw the line? Now, we know this. Katie Thurston has been really good at posting red herrings, which are essentially pointing us in the wrong direction. You know, she'll tag herself at a secret location that a former contestant is also at, and people think that they're the final. Like, she did a really good job of pointing people in all directions. Was Michael part of that, or was he acting on his own? Michael A's, and of course, because we know that Michael is just a charming, very nice guy. He was a favorite, of course. He self-eliminated to be with his child. And then afterwards, he's getting a little Instagram happy. You know, so the question is he creeping on Katie, or does he not understand, like, the guidelines of, like, okay, my job's done here, you know? Michael's sexually charged comment deleted from Katie Thurston's Instagram. This was from only less than 2 weeks ago. At the start of the Men Tell All special on July 19th, viewers of The Bachelorette watched an emotional scene in which Michael A. called his son James. During the call, it was clear to see that Michael really missed James, but there was one thing in particular that James said that changed everything for Michael. James told his dad that he wondered why he no longer wanted to see him. And of course, anyone with a brain cell was thinking, oh, the producers probably got Michael's kid to say that in one way or another. They're geniuses. They're manipulating. They know what they do. Anyway, the point is, Katie posted this photo, which, you know, of course, the purity culture was like, oh my gosh, how dare you post in lingerie? If you're happily engaged, how dare you show off your bikini body, you know? But I think most people were like, sexy, jaw drop, awesome, good for you, like, you know, most of society. But of course, the barnacles below the deck were like, wah, how, you know, you're making me feel things I shouldn't feel after the war. And it's like, all right there, Cheryl, calm yourself. Do some Pilates, get your heart rate up, and calm yourself down. So anyway, Michael posted this. He said, can't say what I'd like to, ... And then Michael wrote after 3 emojis, a flame, a wide-eyed face, and another flame. It's always that wide-eyed face that's like, I'm a creep, you know? But look, I mean, hey, the guy's probably not, I give Michael the benefit of the doubt that he's kind of like, oh, shouldn't do that? Okay, sorry, Maybe he didn't want to say, I don't know, by saying can't say what I'd like to, you're essentially leaving it up to the audience to think about what it is you want to say, and in return, what it is you want to do. So he deleted it, or she deleted it, somebody deleted it. It wasn't the only time Michael commented on one of Katie's photos. So of course, Katie had been engaged since late April at this point. So a lot of people were wondering, well, maybe Michael didn't know if she was engaged or whatever. Listen, they're all in the same group chats. They all know who wins, okay? If some jabroni like me and the rest of Bachelor Nation knew the spoilers, Michael A. knew for sure she was taken. So it makes you kind of wonder, like, oh boy, you know? This wasn't the only time Michael commented on one of Katie's photos. On July 28th, Katie posted a picture of herself at the Fairmont Olympic Hotel wearing a green dress, showing off her legs while sitting in a blue chair. Green is your color, am I right, people? Now that's harmless. Green is your color, am I right, people? But in fairness, Katie's ex Connor Brennan also commented, I don't know, that's whiskey business, making a play on Katie's caption. So anyway, folks, the question becomes, at what point do you stop playing the game, and at what point do you have to leave Katie alone? But Katie has made it clear that she's wanted to remain friends with a lot of these guys, which puts Blake in a position or so. So anyway, let's see what Blake has to say. Not Courtney. Let's go over to Blake here and see what he has to say in his interview rounds that he did.
I also have to ask you, Blake, because another contestant, Michael A., has been very vocal about his feelings for Katie, his lingering feelings. Some fans have seen him comment some interesting thing on her photos. We know the interest is still there. How does that make you feel watching this all go down on Instagram?
I mean, I chuckle at it. Listen, I what I can chalk it up to is just assuming he was hoping or thinking that she was potentially single, and we'll leave it at that. Otherwise, it's kind of a shady
Gives him the benefit of the doubt. Very nice.
move. So let's just assume that he didn't think that she was with anybody.
Well, that's very nice of Blake to assume.
Wait, hold on.
Now, let's see if there's anything else that was said there. Of course, we're having the internet couldn't be slower today. I feel like that's how it works, you know? All right, some more Bachelor in Paradise news. Brandon and Piper are being spotted everywhere. Nothing really interesting there. I will make a video later on today with some Bachelor in Paradise news. The new promo, Queen Victoria's doing the podcast rounds. I guess we're letting her back into the playground. There'll be some other Bachelor in Paradise content, which, of course, premieres less than a week away. We'll have a live stream today at 4 p.m. and some other Bachelor in Paradise content. I will say this, though. We have one more video I'll be making after this about Greg Grippo and McKenna possibly being linked before Katie's season of The Bachelorette. And I have to say, this is just the time of the year, or the time of the week, I should say, where we got all the crazy news out about Greg Grippo, the Monday night episode, the Tuesday podcast rounds, the Wednesday over analysis, and now we're kind of like grasping at straws in this little weird drug addiction we have called entertainment news. Now listen, I'm guilty, just like the rest of you guys are, for leading with clickbait, for this or that, but I like to start a little fire, maybe throw a little bit of gasoline on it, and then quickly put it out and be like, come on, we're being ridiculous. These are humans, you know what I mean? So as far as Michael A is concerned, I don't think there's a harmful bone in his body. I think he's a nice, great guy. And I love that Blake gives him the benefit of the doubt. It was very, very interesting that they even asked this question, where they're like, hey, what are you going to do with all these other guys creeping on you? And yeah, well, maybe he thought she was single. He knew she wasn't single. So that's just Blake. That's Blake, being a wildlife manager, understanding that it's better to give a bear honey than try to fist fight the bear. You like that analogy I just created? I don't know. What do you guys think? They've also commented on the people that were questioning. Let's see if we can pull that up. They had commented earlier on the people that were questioning their relationship as far as how could she be so upset with Greg Grippo, but also be so in love at the same time, which is just foolish. I've talked about this extensively. It's such a low IQ thought to have. It's such a low IQ thought to think, how can you not be upset with somebody when you love somebody else? As if we're just very singular-celled organisms. So let me just jump into that and we'll see. Let's see what she had to say about that. Hold on, let's go right here. Just juggling back and forth.
You can be happy and in love in your relationship, but still be upset with how someone treated you in the past, and you want to, speak on that.
And is that the message you would maybe send to critics who would say that you being upset about...
Preach. Load. Sorry, folks. I didn't think
Craig has anything to do with your relationship with Blake?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, it doesn't make sense to forget how someone mistreated me and how it made me feel just because I'm very happy and in love. You have the opportunity to speak to someone who hurt you. You're going to do it. And you don't really get that opportunity sometimes.
Come on now, load this puppy. Come on.
In real life when an ex does mistreat you.
And Blake, how was it for you to watch not only Katie and Greg's kind of dramatic breakup, but then this, kind of heated...
She's interviewing from a childhood bedroom. A childhood bedroom she's got there?
Yeah. So she had warned me about everything, down to the littlest sentence that she would have said that would have made me upset or sad. She was very blunt and honest about everything. So going into that, there was no surprises at all.
That's got to be the hardest part, is going into it. All right, let's get rid of that. That's got to be the hardest part, is rewatching it, knowing what you had was real, but also that she was catching feelings for Michael, that she's making out with Brendan on the couch. I mean, it's not to say that she shouldn't do it. It's part of the show, but Blake's a human too, so he's got to watch her making out with Thomas and her Spanx are hanging out and this and that. And I don't know. I think she did a really good job of saying I'm only going to commit the L word to one person. So at least Blake has that to go with. And now you see their Instagrams. They're in bed together. The dogs are running around. It's pretty. It's pretty cute. What are you going to say? It looks pretty cute. You see these photos and you go, yeah, that's it. That's the couple that it was supposed to be. Hopefully these other guys realize it wasn't in the books for them. They move on to somebody else. Katie's off the market, folks, and Blake is too. Let me know what you guys think. Live stream at 4 p.m. today. We'll see you guys later. Bye now.